An opposition motion tabled by Juan Edghill in the National Assembly on January 22, which sought to have all members of Parliament file their annual income tax returns in a manner to create an improved environment of accountability, was approved by government members with amendments. Here is PPPIC MP Juan Edghill with the original motion.
That we are asking that all members of the National Assembly, in the interest of transparency and accountability in public office, make available to the public their tax returns to the Ghana Revenue Authority for the last 10 years.
Government members of the House felt the original motion had been needless, as pointed out here by Prime Minister Moses NAGAMOOTOO.
If there was any requirement for the declaration of assets of public in public life, it ought to have been under the Integrity Commission. If it had been made to function, if it had not been rendered headless for many years, we would have been able to have declaration by persons in public life.
The People's Progressive Party Civic felt that the motion was absolutely necessary and that it had provided a good springboard to clear up accusations and suspicions about corruption by public officers. Opposition leader JAGDEO stated that there had been many charges by the then opposition that the People's Progressive Party Civic administration was corrupt. JAGDEO said that was the primary plank on which the APNUFC ran its elections campaign. JAGDEO noted that the government promised total transparency in the conduct of its affairs. So when the PPPIC brought its motion in its own format to the House, it was the party's belief that the new government would have given unadulterated support to the motion.
At the beginning of the presentations on the other side, after the motion was tabled and spoken to by Bishop Edghill from our side, I had the impression that the government would have supported the motion.
JAGDEO stated that the reason given by the government for voting against the motion in the first place was laughable.
The first reason is that people across Guyana, all Guyanese citizens, are liable to pay taxes only for the past 7 years. So beyond 7 years, the GRA does not have the enforcement capability to go after you. That was reason one. Now, how could this had nothing to do with what we were calling for?
The opposition leader further stated that all the PPPIC was requesting was that MPs hold themselves to a higher standard, especially those who aspire to public office and hold critical offices. He added that this happens in many other countries.
But I guess they do not want that because many of them want a new baseline to be established. They want to say when they must start complying with these acts. And I don't want to speculate too much, but I have my suspicions as to why. But I know that many of them are worried because non-submission, and they have not submitted for many years their statements.
JAGDEO added that many in the present government haven't been complying.
So when we talk about who should go to jail, maybe we should start looking a little bit broader now. But they have lost every moral authority as of that day to ever talk about corruption in the PPP again.
Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.